Hey guys, it's Benjamin with Benjamin's Exotics, and in today's video, we're going to be cutting ball python clutch number 2 of the 2020 breeding season. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be cutting ball python clutch number 2 of the 2020 breeding season, and I'm actually very excited for this clutch. So this is the Coral Glow Mojave clutch. So this is a Coral Glow male bred to a Mojave female, and I'm actually really excited because so far we've had this first little ball python pipped just yesterday, and then by the very next day has already come out of the egg. So that's one egg that we don't even have to cut. I can go ahead and set this over on the little stand right there. So this is actually very good signs in terms of our odds. So this is right here, the first egg to pip out of all the eggs that I can see right now, and the first baby to come out is actually the 2-gene combo. So this is the Coral Glow Mojave, and I'm saying that, and kind of the difference between this and a standard Coral Glow is if we look at the color, the yellows on this snake are just so muted. Very, very light coloration on this snake's back, on the stripes, and look at the purples on this snake. They're almost more of a gray right now, and as this snake gets older, it will turn to more of a purple color, but just look at the beautiful, dark, rich colors on that snake. That is definitely what we're looking for, and the only thing that could be even better than this would be if this snake is a female. Probably not going to hit any female Coral Glows in this clutch, but we can always hope and see. But man, I'm really liking this snake, and even if this is a male, which is most likely going to be a male, I'm probably going to keep this back for future breeding. But let's go ahead and start cutting open some of the other eggs, and hopefully we hit good odds on this clutch. So let's start with this guy all the way over here. I should have probably pulled most of these Q-tips out earlier because they're going to be a little bit of a hindrance in cutting these eggs, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's start right here. So again, just same technique as always, pinch the top, and if that little guy starts to move too much, I'll go put him in a tub. Now make a small incision at the top, press my scissors to the very top of the egg, and then ever so carefully and gently make a small incision in that egg. And then let's look at this, and oh my gosh, wow, that is spectacular. So that looks like another Mojave Coral Glow. We really missed on the last Coral Glow clutch, which was a Coral Glow bred to a cinnamon, and we didn't get any Coral Glow cinnamons. We only got one Coral Glow, but so far, I mean, I'll have to zoom in for you guys, but that's a muted color, okay? Very dark purpley appearance, and I mean, there's no orange on this animal at all, so I would say that that is going to be another Coral Glow Mojave. So far, so good. We've already hit 2 of the 2-gene combos, and I cannot ask for better odds so far. That's already more than, on average, what we should have got in this clutch, but let's go on to the next egg. So again, small incision at the top. So if I can get that in there. Scissors go up very tight to the top of the egg and make a small incision. And oh my gosh. Wow. That is going to be another Coral Glow Mojave. Look at that. I mean, this is crazy. We really missed on the last clutch, but I mean, same thing. I can see the bright colors from the Coral Glow and the dark purples. There's no orange, and look at the blushing. Can you guys see the blushing on the sides of that snake? That screams Mojave. Wow. So far, again, 3 for 3. We've already hit 3 Coral Glow Mojaves, and hopefully I don't accidentally say Coral Glow Cinnamon because that was our last clutch, but wow, I could not be any happier with this clutch. So let's do the next egg. Again, small incision, and then we go across, try to get the scissors at the top of the egg, Let's see what we get in this one. Oh my gosh. If this is what I think it is, this is going to be one of the best clutches I've had ever. For some reason, this Mojave female seems to throw really good odds. What is that? Oh my gosh. I can't even believe this. And you're going to see some of that red and that blood. All I've done is I've accidentally hit a remaining kind of, not a blood vessel, but they'll have veins in these eggs. That's not from the baby snake. That's just leftover veins. But that is another Coral Glow Mojave. I cannot believe this. So literally, this is like, I almost think this is almost like we bred a super Mojave to a super Coral Glow. That is another Coral Glow Mojave. I mean, wow. I can almost, at this rate, I can almost guarantee that we have at least one female, but hey, this is going to give a lot of awesome variation to the clutch. So let's just go right on to the next egg. Again, small snip at the top. If every single egg in here is a Coral Glow Mojave, that is going to be absolutely insane, but I don't even really know that I'd want that. I want to see some other variations, some other colors, but just have to see what we get. Just like that. Maybe go a little bit more on this side. Let's look inside of this egg. Okay, so there we go. So that is going to be a Mojave. So a very nice Mojave at that. Finally, we hit something that wasn't too bright in coloration, so now we have some of those dark colors. As you can hopefully see, that is a Mojave, and a very nice looking Mojave at that. I can see the blushing, reduction, weird kind of pattern, and looks like it has a partially striped back as well. So that'll be really cool to see that little guy out of the egg. So again, so far not even one normal in this clutch, but we have one more egg to go. Let's see what we get. Go ahead, I like to pinch at the top, and like I said, you're gonna see a little bit of blood. That's not from the baby snake being cut, that's from essentially a leftover vein and vessel that just didn't get utilized in the baby snake. So let's go ahead and see what's in this last egg. And that is going to be, this may be the single gene Coral Glow. I'm not quite sure yet. Let me get a little bit better look of this snake. Yeah, so that's going to be our single gene Coral Glow. So essentially, again, it's a bit hard to maybe tell on the camera, but when I look at this snake, I can see high white on the sides, I can see orange, and I can definitely see that there isn't nearly as much purple and dark coloration as there would be on a Coral Glow Mojave. So that is definitely going to be our single gene Coral Glow ball python. So I'm actually really excited at this clutch. So we hit out of 6 eggs. 1 egg did go bad, so unfortunately that egg is not going to be, of course, shown in this clutch. I think it died internally. I just think it failed. But I'm really happy that out of the 6 eggs that we did have that were good, so far, from what I can see, we have 5 Coral Glow combos, with 4 of them being the Coral Glow Mojaves, which are really the crown jewel and the big gem in this clutch, and also one real rockin', awesome looking Mojave ball python. Okay, so it's actually been a little bit over a week since I just filmed the egg cutting video that you guys just saw, and I figured we could do a quick little update on these babies because they have all had a chance to come fully out of the egg. And actually, we just, as of last night, had some of the first babies start to shed their skin and show their true color. So as you guys can see, I was right with what we saw in the eggs, and out of this clutch of 6 eggs, we got 4 Coral Glow Mojaves, which is this beautiful animal you see right up here, 1 Mojave, and 1 Coral Glow, which has more of the orange and less of the more deep purple colors. Now, I have sexed all these snakes, and everything that has Coral Glow, like would be predicted, is actually a male. So we have 4 male Coral Glow Mojaves and 1 male Coral Glow, and the only snake that didn't have the Coral Glow gene is a female. So we have 1 female Mojave, and it looks like that snake has shed, this snake right here has shed, and then the rest of the babies still have a little time to go before they shed their skin for the first time. So as you guys can see, I've produced some really nice ball pythons. Maybe didn't have, a million genes in them, but certainly some really pretty looking animals. And this is by far one of the nicest that I've made. I mean, I couldn't ask anything more. This is exactly what I kind of pictured. That really cool blushing, all of those dark purples, and that just really crisp, soft yellow color that I'm hoping the camera is able to reproduce on the screen. This is just really a beautiful combo. Now, when I went to breed these guys, this clutch wasn't just about, throwing some snakes together and producing some babies. This was actually also kind of a test of my understanding of ball python genetics and how these genes interact. And what I mean by that is, in my collection, I think that when you're starting a breeding project, it's very important to have not only, of course, multiple different bloodlines in terms of just genetic variation, but also variation within each gene itself. So here's what I mean. When I was picking out my coral glows that I wanted to purchase for my breeding projects, I kind of made sure, and I really went through my lines, and I wanted to have a lot of variation. So I wanted my coral glow lines to be very distinct, and these are the two males that I was considering when I was going to breed my coral glow to my Mojave. I have more coral glow lines than this in my collection, but these are the two that I was really looking at for my Mojave. And this is actually the father that made these babies. And as you can see, these two are very different. This is more of a kind of light cream color, and the purples that used to be on this animal as a baby have basically completely faded, whereas this handsome fellow is more of a kind of darker yellow mustard color, but you can see his back is so blushed out, and at the tail you can even kind of see the purple color that this animal would have had as a baby, even though it has faded quite a bit. Now, understanding the way that genetics work, I had to choose, which coral glow male do I want to use for my coral glow Mojaves. And even though this male is kind of a little bit more intense on the color, maybe has a little bit more going on and might be a little bit prettier to some people, this male right here has the bolder pattern, less blushing than the other coral glow. And when I was going to breed it to the Mojave, I thought that this male will be the better candidate, and based on the results of this clutch, I'm pretty sure that I made the right decision for what bloodline I want to use for my genetics. So this last point that I want to make when I'm talking about, breeding ball pythons, I know it can seem, you see all these amazing genes that have 6, 7, 8 genes inside of them, but sometimes it's not necessarily about stacking on a million genes to make a really awesome combo, but really picking your lines and knowing not only which genes work together, but what qualities in specific genes work the best together. These are both coral glows, so genetically they are basically the same, but because they are different lines, so this is more of a light, sort of softer colored line, and this is a much more intense blushed outline, when I breed these two animals, they're not going to make the same thing. So for my Mojaves and my Cinnamons, knowing that those genes are kind of more going to work better with this male, I'm going to use this line of coral glow. Whereas this male, since he has so much blushing, and even look at the head, his whole head is just blushed out with that beautiful kind of light lemony yellow color, this is going to be a much better male for things like pastel and lesser and all that kind of stuff, whereas my Mojave lines, I'm going to use this male for those projects. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video and enjoyed seeing all of these amazing, beautiful coral glow ball pythons coming out of the egg. We will have a lot more updated and closer, I guess, more high definition pictures up on our Instagram. So if you aren't following us on Instagram, make sure to check out the link in the description, Benjamins_exotics. You can follow us over there on Instagram, see all of the amazing ball python breeding projects that we're doing here at Benjamins Exotics. And hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.